Okay, we're back. Anyway, Circle 10. These are great magazines. I have nothing bad to say about them. If anything, I wish I could get them in plum, and many, many of them. You know, when I was buying these, $30 a pop all day long. You could buy as many as you wanted for $30, and that is not the case anymore. You know, these are almost in the category now of a Russian Bakelite, where they're so hard to get. They're such high quality. I mean, this is, I would say, the best magazine in the world available for an AK shooter. Just flawless magazine. They are so good. Everything about them, they're just great. Easy to load. This one, I mean, you can see just very little wear and tear and a little bit of, you know, just very little. I mean, this thing, again, this has been rocked in and out of my rifle I don't even know how many times. You know, a little bit of staining, you know, a little scarring from rocking in and out of the receiver. You can see it there. But other than that, I mean, just good magazines. You know, if you can find them, buy them up, because if you have a dozen of these, your great-grandchildren will have magazines that are perfectly usable to shoot, you know, 50, 60, 75 years from now. Awesome magazines. And I would say the same for the U.S. Palms. These are great. I would say, you know, this Circle 10 is, you know, the best you can currently get. This is a half a step back. Different feel, different type of polymer, different, you know, almost a hard plastic feel. But as far as running and usage, this again, just a very good magazine. Not serviceable, not like on the Circle 10, but a great magazine nonetheless for a U.S. made magazine. This is stellar, very good stuff. Let's move over to the Tapco. You know, I bought this. I saw it on Midway. I bought it at the same time I bought this red U.S. Palm, because it looked good, and it looked like, you know, close enough to Russian Bakelite, you know, in color. Kind of mimics more of a, you know, a slab side Russian or Bulgarian magazine, which is cool. But it feels cheap. I mean, it feels like a $12 magazine, and I get that. I mean, you can see, I'm not pressing hard. I'm just running my thumb across the surface, and you can see, you know, I'm lightly scoring the material, and I'm not pressing very hard at all. You know, this is a $12 magazine. I mean, and it's cool looking. For the casual shooter, I would say the typical casual AK shooter, the guy who wants one, buys one, whether it be a Wasser or an Arsenal, and might shoot, you know, a few hundred rounds a year, this is a good magazine. Goes to the range, loads it, shoots it, puts it away. This is good. I like to shoot. I like to shoot a lot. This is not something I would depend on. For plinking, for just shooting, loading, shooting, it's okay. But if I'm gonna be more serious and shoot a lot, this is my go-to. I might have it in the bag to play with, but I'm not going to depend on it. I would almost count more on it breaking if I was using it pretty rough. The tabs, plastic. They're just molded into the magazine. There's more surface area on them. This tab here is wider than on any of these. These are all metal. Again, this is plastic or polymer, and it's wider. So it gives it more surface area, and that's the same for the front tab. Whereas these all use kind of a little steel, you know, little steel divot that sticks out. This uses more of a heavy blocking material. It's, you know, just a lot of chunky material there, and I see why they did it. It's strength. But that being said, on this back one, and your mileage may vary, but for me, when I rock this into my SGL, this extra width keeps it or prevents it from locking in positive. I almost have to get it and then twist from one side to the other to get it to pop into place. It's almost like it's so wide it has to find its way in between the locking area on the magazine where it locks into place. It's almost like you have to get it and twist one way or the other and then it locks, which is not a big deal. And you know, hey, this might, you know, over time shave off a little material and become easier, but you know, if I had to slam one of these into my rifle very fast, that would slow me down. And again, I think, you know, it's a strength issue. They probably added more materials to prevent it from breaking, which is cool, but not my favorite magazine. Looks good, runs okay, loads okay. It's very stiff spring in it. The feed ramp area in here, it's almost a little narrower. It's kind of weird, but you know, it's a harder magazine to load for some reason. It just is. I wouldn't enjoy loading a dozen of these all day long, shooting, having to reload them. I would get tired of that pretty quick. Not a real easy magazine to load, especially over time, I would say. The other thing is with these, I find if I use it, you know, rock it into place, use it, reuse it. When I go to clean my rifle, there's a lot of little orange shavings inside the mechanisms, inside the receiver, the bolt, all that. So this thing is shaving material very slowly. It's not lots and lots, but it's enough that you notice it. So again, you know, it's a $12 magazine. That's all there is to it. They're good for casual usage. You can service them. This plate's very thin. But, you know, hey, if you can find them cheap, use them. You know, for the casual guy, I would have no problem recommending this. For the more serious, avid shooters, go to your US Palms or your Circle 10s. That's just easy to say. At the time, you know, before everything went sideways, these are both $30 magazines. Now, you know, now people, you know, they're paying double that, I hate to say. But if you can find them, or you have them, use them. These are great magazines. Nothing you can say that's bad about either of them. I would have no problem depending on either of them for any situation, whether it be home defense, sporting, shooting, you know, shit hits the fan, who knows. Both of these, great magazines. Bakelights, collectible, cool, original, awesome. They run good. You know, nothing bad about them. They might be a little bit more fragile just because of the nature of the bakelite. But again, now these things are so expensive, you won't want to be throwing them against the ground anyway. They're just cool to have. You know, ideally I'd like to have a dozen of them. I think I have 8. They're awesome. Great magazines. I like them. You know, but for the money right now, and if you're new to AKs and you're coming from the AR world, try to find US Palms and Bulgarian Circle 10s. Best magazine in the world, best magazine produced in America, certainly, and probably the second best magazine in the world. I'd love to say the Bakelights are up there, which they are. They're good, but the value is not there. They're expensive. They're probably more fragile over time, but they're just cool to have. Every AK guy should have one Bakelite in their collection. And Tapcos, you know, they're good. Casual shooter guy, no problem. But if you're serious, stick with these. So, got a few minutes or maybe a minute of time left. So we'll just preface this by saying, you know, enjoy it out there. Buy what you can. You know, we should all keep helping each other out, helping out our fellow shooters, because you know, it's tough times right now. So instead of arguing, hopefully this will be a little helpful for some of you. So get out there, shoot, enjoy, and stay safe. Thanks, guys. Bye.